Cybersecurity and Cybersecurity Risk Management. Welcome to the Risk Management of Everything channel. On this channel, you will see videos on risk management and the application of risk management to diverse areas and sectors. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the notification button so you can be notified when we upload new videos. Thank you. This video discusses cybersecurity risk and cybersecurity risk management. In this video, you will understand the meaning of cybersecurity, types of cybersecurity threats, sources of cybersecurity threats, who should be responsible for cybersecurity risk within an organization, the difference between cybersecurity and cyber resilience, roles and importance of people, processes, and technology in cybersecurity, examples of damages to companies due to cyber attacks and data breaches, cybersecurity risk management, benefits of cybersecurity risk management, cybersecurity risk management process, cybersecurity controls, how to create a cybersecurity risk management program, cybersecurity incident response plan, cybersecurity incident management process, and cybersecurity insurance. Now, let us start. What is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity refers to the technologies, processes and practices designed to protect an organization's intellectual property, customer data and other sensitive information from unauthorized access by cybercriminals. A cybersecurity threat is a malicious act that seeks to damage data, steal data, or disrupt digital life. A cyber attack is an attack against the digital devices of an organization via cyberspace. Cyber attacks include threats like computer viruses, data breaches, and denial of service, DOS, attacks. Cyberspace refers to a virtual space that does not exist, but the term cyberspace is often used to understand the digital weaponry against individuals and organizations' digital devices. Many cyber attacks are mere nuisances, while some cyber attacks are severe. Cyber attacks may potentially threaten human lives. Cyber attacks can cause electrical blackouts, failure of military equipment, and breaches of national security secrets. It can also result in the theft of valuable and sensitive data like personal and medical records. Furthermore, cyber attacks can disrupt phones and computer networks or paralyze systems and make data unavailable. The frequency and severity of cybercrime are rising, and there is a significant need for improved cybersecurity risk management as part of every organization's enterprise risk profile. Cybersecurity is the state or process of protecting and recovering computer systems, networks, devices, and programs from any cyber attack. Cyber attacks are an increasingly sophisticated and evolving danger to organizations' sensitive data, as attackers employ new methods powered by social engineering and artificial intelligence to circumvent traditional security controls. Types of cybersecurity threats. There are 10 common types of cyber threats, including 1. Malware. This software performs a malicious task on a target device or network, for example, corrupting data or taking over a system. 2. Phishing. This is an email-borne attack that involves tricking the email recipient into disclosing confidential information or downloading malware by clicking on a hyperlink in the message. 3. Spear phishing. This is a more sophisticated form of phishing where the attacker learns about the victim and impersonates someone they know and trust. 4. Man-in-the-middle (MITM) attack. This is a situation where an attacker establishes a position between the sender and recipient of electronic messages and intercepts them, perhaps changing them in transit. The sender and recipient believe they are communicating directly with one another. A man-in-the-middle (MITM) attack might be used in the military to confuse an enemy. 5. Trojans. Named after the Trojan horse of ancient Greek history, the Trojan is a type of malware that enters a target system looking like one thing, for example, a standard piece of software, but then lets out the malicious code once inside the host system. 6. Ransomware. This attack involves encrypting data on the target system and demanding a ransom in exchange for letting the user access the data again. These attacks range from low-level nuisances to severe incidents like the locking down of the entire city of Atlanta's municipal government data in 2018. 7. Denial of service attack or distributed denial of service attack, DDoS. This is a situation where an attacker takes over many, perhaps thousands, of devices and uses them to invoke the functions of a target system, for example, a website, causing it to crash from an overload of demand. 8. Attacks on IoT devices. IoT devices like industrial sensors are vulnerable to multiple types of cyber threats. These include hackers taking over the device to make it part of a DDoS attack and unauthorized access to data being collected by the device. IoT devices are prime targets of malicious attacks because of their vast geographic distribution and frequently out-of-date operating systems. 9. Data breaches. A data breach is a theft of data by a malicious actor. Motives for data breaches include crime, identity theft, a desire to embarrass an institution, and espionage. 10. Malware on mobile apps. Mobile devices are vulnerable to malware attacks like other computing hardware. Attackers may embed malware in app downloads, mobile websites or phishing emails and text messages. Once compromised, a mobile device can give the malicious actor access to personal information, location data, financial accounts and more. Sources of cybersecurity threats. Cybersecurity is relevant to all systems that support an organization's business operations and objectives and compliance with regulations and laws. An organization would typically design and implement cybersecurity controls to protect the integrity, confidentiality, and availability of information assets. Cyber attacks are committed for various reasons, including financial fraud, information theft, activist causes, denying service, and disrupting critical infrastructure and vital services of organizations and governments. Cyber attacks are committed for various reasons, including financial fraud, information theft, activist causes, denying service, and disrupting critical infrastructure and vital services of government or an organization. Common sources of cybersecurity threats include 1. Nations or states. 2. Cybercriminals, including organized crime groups and hackers. 3. Business competitors. 4. Insiders, including unhappy insiders, and service providers. 5. Developers of substandard products and services, and 6. Poor configuration of cloud services. To understand an organization's cyber risk profile, it is necessary to understand the information valuable to outsiders which might disrupt the company's operation. Such information, including personally identifiable information such as names, social security numbers and biometric records, may result in financial and reputational damage to the organization if it were to be acquired or made public. It is, therefore, necessary to consider the following as potential targets of cybercriminals: 1. Customer data, 2. Employee data, 3. Intellectual property, 4. Third and fourth party vendors, 5. Product quality and safety, 6. Contract terms and pricing, 7. Strategic planning, and 8. Financial data. WHO should be responsible for cybersecurity risks within an organization. Cybersecurity risk management is generally set by leadership, including the management and board of directors. The company's chief information security officer is directly responsible for establishing and maintaining the enterprise vision, strategy, and program to ensure information assets and customer data is adequately protected. When an organization does not have a chief information security officer or other cybersecurity professionals, the company's board members with experience in cybersecurity risk are extremely valuable. It is, however, essential for all levels of an organization to understand their roles in managing cyber risk. Vulnerabilities may arise from any employee. To ensure a firm's information technology security, it is important to continually educate employees on avoiding common security pitfalls that can lead to data breaches or other cyber incidents. Difference between cybersecurity and cyber resilience. Cybersecurity is associated with protecting computer systems, networks, information technology infrastructure and data from disruptions, theft, modification, and damages. People tend to view cybersecurity from primarily a proactive standpoint, that is, cybersecurity is often described and measured by how well it prevents various forms of deliberate maleficence by attackers. Therefore, major cybersecurity principles traditionally focused on areas such as authenticating users, implementing least privilege authorization, layering security countermeasures to create perimeters and zones, and coding with security in mind. Cyber resilience, on the other hand, measures how well an entity can continue operating and deliver goods and services as intended and expected, regardless of cyber attacks, technical failures, and other significant cyber disruptions of its business processes. Practical cyber resilience principles tend to focus on business continuity planning, implementation of secure redundancy for critical business processes, assessment of potential attack surfaces, identification and assessment of attackers' actions within compromised computer infrastructure, reaction to attacks, cleaning up and restoration of normal operations after a breach. Summary of the difference between cybersecurity and cyber resilience are: 1. Cybersecurity encompasses technologies, processes and measures designed to protect systems, networks, and data from cybercrimes, while cyber resilience is an organization's ability to continuously deliver intended services, operations, and outcomes despite the occurrence of cyber events. 2. Cybersecurity reduces the risk of a cyber attack and strives to protect entities, organizations, and individuals from the deliberate exploration of systems, networks, and technologies, while cyber resilience encompasses a broader scope, comprising cybersecurity, risk mitigation, business continuity and business resilience. 3. Cybersecurity solutions must work effectively without compromising the usability of the systems, while cyber resilience strategy requires a cultural shift as the organization adopts security as a full-time job and embeds cyber resilience best practices into day-to-day operations. 4. Any cybersecurity strategy must also include a robust continuity business plan to resume operations if a cyber attack is successful. With cyber resilience, an organization must become intelligent and agile to handle a real and potential attack. Roles and importance of people, processes and technology in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a subsection of information security. There is a common misconception that cybersecurity is all about technology consisting of hardware and software. Technology is a massive part of cybersecurity, but technology largely depends on having proper processes and trained staff to use the technology effectively. Hence, cybersecurity consists of technologies, processes, and measures to protect individual users and organizations from cyber crimes. Effective cybersecurity reduces the risk of a cyber attack by deliberately exploiting systems, networks, and technologies. Effective and robust cybersecurity requires an information security management system built on 3 pillars: people, processes, and technology. Now, let us describe the 3 pillars of cybersecurity. 1. People. People consist of the executives, staff, and information technology, IT, personnel responsible for securing sensitive data. An organization needs to consider these 3 groups of stakeholders to ensure that the firm meets its responsibility for the integrity of its data. There are 2 key aspects to the people element as a pillar of cybersecurity. First, everyone in the business needs to be aware of their role in preventing and reducing cyber threats in handling sensitive data and understanding how to spot phishing emails. Cybersecurity is a business issue, and everyone has a role to play. An effective security awareness program can help reduce the risk of cyber threats aimed at exploiting people. Secondly, there are specialized technical cybersecurity staff. They need to be updated with the latest skills and qualifications to ensure that appropriate controls, technologies, and practices are implemented to fight the latest cyber threats. Cybersecurity staff who do not stay up to date affect the organization's ability to mitigate and respond to cyber attacks. 2. Processes. Processes consist of the business's internal guidelines and controls to meet regulatory requirements. Processes are critical to the implementation of an effective cybersecurity strategy. Processes are crucial in defining how the organization's activities, roles and documentation are used to mitigate the risks to the organization's information. Processes also need to be continually reviewed. Cyber threats change quickly, and processes need to adapt to them. But processes are nothing if people do not follow them correctly. 3. Technology. Technology comprises the combination of hardware, software and protocols intended to protect an organization from malicious intent. Technology is crucial when it comes to cybersecurity. Identifying the cyber risks that an organization faces would be easy to manage and control its cybersecurity exposures effectively. Technology can be deployed to prevent or reduce the impact of cyber risks, depending on an organization's risk assessment and what is deemed an acceptable level of risk. Hence, cybersecurity professionals organize technology solutions into 3 parts: data sources, the security intelligence platform, and case management. Shared data sources are network activity and security events, threat intelligence, endpoint activity including desktop machines, laptops, point of sales, POS, mobile devices, and authorization management tools. Examples of damages to companies due to cyber attacks and data breaches. The number of cyber attacks and data breaches in recent years is staggering, and it is easy to produce a laundry list of companies that are household names that have been affected. Let us look at some examples of recent damages to companies arising from cyber attacks and their consequences. 1. Equifax. The Equifax cybercrime identity theft event affected approximately $145.5 million consumers, with 44 million British residents and 19,000 Canadian residents. Equifax shares dropped 13% in early trading the day after the breach, and numerous lawsuits were filed against Equifax because of the breach. Not to mention the reputational damage that Equifax suffered. On July 22, 2019, Equifax agreed to a settlement with the United States, U.S., Federal Trading Commission, which included a $300 million fund for victim compensation, $175 million for states and territories in the agreement, and $100 million in fines. 2. Twitter. In May of 2018, Twitter notified users of a glitch that stored passwords unmasked in an internal log, making all user passwords accessible to the internal network. Twitter told its 330 million users to change their passwords, but the company said it fixed the bug and that there was no indication of a breach or misuse, but encouraged the password update as a precaution. Twitter did not disclose how many users were impacted, but indicated that the number of users was significant and exposed for several months. 3. eBay. Between February and March 2014, eBay was the victim of a breach of encrypted passwords, which asked all its 145 million users to reset their passwords. Attackers used a small set of employee credentials to access this trove of user data. The stolen information included encrypted passwords and other personal information, including names, email addresses, physical addresses, phone numbers and dates of birth. The breach was disclosed in May 2014, after a month-long investigation by eBay. 4. Adult Friend Finder. In October 2016, hackers collected 20 years of data on 6 databases that included names, email addresses and passwords for the Friend Finder network. The Friend Finder network has websites like Adult Friend Finder, Penthouse.com, Cams.com, iCams.com and StripShow.com. Most of the passwords were protected only by the weak SHA-1 hashing algorithm, which meant that 99% of them had been cracked by the time LeakedSource.com published its analysis of the entire dataset on November 14. 5. Yahoo. Yahoo disclosed that a breach in August 2013 by a group of hackers had compromised 1 billion accounts. In this instance, security questions and answers were also compromised, increasing the risk of identity theft. Yahoo first reported the breach on December 14, 2016. It forced all affected users to change passwords and to re-enter any unencrypted security questions and answers to make them encrypted in the future. However, by October of 2017, Yahoo changed the estimate to 3 billion user accounts. An investigation revealed that users' passwords in clear text, payment card data and bank information were not stolen. Nevertheless, this remains one of the most significant data breaches of this type in history. After considering examples of damages to firms due to cyber attacks and data breaches, let us proceed to discuss cybersecurity risk management. Cybersecurity risk management. Rather than doors, locks and vaults, information technology, IT, departments rely on a combination of strategies, technologies, and user education to protect an organization against cybersecurity attacks that can compromise systems, steal data and other valuable company information, and damage a firm's reputation. As the volume and severity of cyber attacks grows, the need for cybersecurity risk management has also increased. Cybersecurity risk management provides a framework for the application of real-world risk management to the cyber world. Cybersecurity risk management is an essential component of a modern risk management initiative. Cybersecurity risk management processes seek to mitigate and analyze the new risks that emerge through technology advancement. From cyber attacks, web vulnerabilities, malware, data breaches and everything in between. Cybersecurity risk management aims to protect a firm's cyber assets, thereby enhancing its cyber resiliency against cyber vulnerabilities. Hence, cybersecurity risk management constitutes a valuable tool for benchmarking and categorizing a firm's cyber posture for continuous testing and standardization based on individual business needs. Cybersecurity risk management is also helpful as a utility to mitigate and manage undetected cyber threats. This includes malware attacks, bad actors, and phishing scams that might penetrate an organization's cyber assets and wreak havoc. Having an effective cybersecurity risk management system can enhance the security of a firm's information by providing a plan of action and incident response protocol to minimize the impact of cyber crimes. Therefore, cybersecurity risk management helps to ensure the longevity of operations and network security activity across all business functions of an organization. Benefits of cybersecurity risk management. A cybersecurity risk management strategy implements the 4 quadrants that deliver comprehensive digital risk protection. Map, discover and map all digital assets to quantify the attack surface. Use the map as a foundation to monitor cybercriminal activity. Monitor, search the public and dark web for threat references to your digital assets. Translate found threats to actionable intelligence. Mitigate, automated actions to block and remove identified threats to digital assets. Includes integration with other security initiatives in place. Manage the process used in map, manage, and mitigate quadrants. Management is essential to successful digital risk protection. Implementing cybersecurity risk management ensures that cybersecurity is not relegated to an afterthought in the daily operations of an organization. A cybersecurity risk management strategy ensures that procedures and policies are followed at set intervals and updated security. Cybersecurity risk management provides ongoing monitoring, identification, and mitigation of the cyber threats, including phishing detection, VIP and executive protection, brand protection, fraud protection, sensitive data leakage monitoring, dark web activity, automated threat mitigation, leaked credentials monitoring, malicious mobile app identification, and supply chain risks. Cybersecurity risk management process. Organizations are increasingly embracing that cybersecurity risk management should be integrated into the overall enterprise risk management context. Here are the 4 essential steps of a cybersecurity risk management process. 1. Identify cybersecurity risks. Some sectors, such as the healthcare and automotive industry, have years of collective experience identifying and classifying risks associated with their operations. But the cybersecurity sector is relatively new. All industries do a certain amount of information sharing, for example, automotive accident statistics, but this is especially important in cybersecurity because new cybersecurity risks constantly evolve due to technological advancement. An individual cannot be aware of all cybersecurity risks on its own, hence, the need for collaboration among cyber experts to improve cyber intelligence and information security. 2. Assess cybersecurity risks. The cyber community also has organizations active in elaborating specific criteria for classifying and evaluating cybersecurity risks so that the management does not end up comparing apples and oranges. It is essential to find out the costs and frequency of incidents for others in the community to arrive at more precise assessments of the impact and likelihood of a cyber incident. 3. Evaluate cybersecurity risk mitigation measures. Technological standards and best practices are two principal mitigation measures. Technological measures to combat cybersecurity risks include the latest encryption devices and the best firewalls. But just as important, and often the only actions available, are best practices. Best practices may consist of a good cybersecurity training program for a firm's personnel to help them to avoid dangerous techniques like using easy passwords. Best practices may also include procedures for ensuring and enforcing supply chain security in an organization and its supply network. Being aware of the latest technological measures and best practices is essential to mitigate cyber risk. Continuous monitoring is also necessary to ensure the effective identification of possible cybersecurity risk mitigation measures. Continuous monitoring will also assist in providing a precise picture of the organization's cyber risk exposure. 4. Decide what to do about residual cyber risk. Depending on the organization's goals, a firm may decide to confront residual cyber risk in different ways. A reasonable estimate of the cost of cyber incidents damages is an essential element of a cybersecurity risk management process. The cost of some cybersecurity damages, such as lost operational time, can be easily estimated, while the cost of some cybersecurity damages, including reputation damage, may be extremely difficult to estimate. Good knowledge of a business sector may be required to undertake a reasonable estimation, and a deep awareness of the constantly evolving cyber incident landscape is also essential. One of the options that are becoming increasingly available is cybersecurity insurance. As estimates of the potential damage of cyber incidents become more precise, cybersecurity insurance will become more attractive in managing cybersecurity risks. Cybersecurity controls. Cybersecurity controls are essential because hackers constantly innovate smarter ways of executing attacks, aided by technological advancements. Hence, organizations need to implement the best safeguards to strengthen their security postures. Developing a holistic approach entails adhering to international standards, complying with various regulations, and deploying defense-in-depth strategies. Cybersecurity controls are the countermeasures that companies implement to detect, prevent, reduce, or counteract security risks. They are the measures that a business deploys to manage threats targeting computer systems and networks. The controls keep on changing to adapt to an evolving cyber environment. As such, every organization requires to understand the best controls suitable for addressing their security concerns. It is essential to understand the appropriate controls to ensure effectiveness. Organizations should understand relevant control measures to manage cybersecurity risks and prevent data breaches. The management should focus on responding to the attempted cybercrimes to prevent a recurrence of the same. Moreover, nowadays, every business should anticipate a cyber attack at any time. The controls, therefore, establish mechanisms for detecting, responding, and recovering from cyber incidents. The following guideline can assist a business to enhance its cybersecurity controls. 1. Assess the size of the organization. First, the size of the organization should be assessed. The details concerning interconnected systems, employee number, and network size should be reviewed. Assessing the size of an organization will assist in decision-making related to financial planning. The assessment will also help identify controls that should be implemented to mitigate existing challenges. 2. Determine the scope of IT infrastructure. An organization needs to identify the IT components within the scope of cybersecurity controls. Considering all IT elements, regardless of whether they are contracted or owned, ensures adequate controls. In this context, IT infrastructure consists of applications, information systems, network devices, servers, cloud applications, among others. An assessment would sufficiently guide a company to list all assets within the scope of cybersecurity controls. 3. Determine the security levels of IT assets and information systems. Companies need to identify information systems and IT elements requiring higher levels of security. They should also be able to assign value to various types of information and assets. For instance, personally identifiable information regarding employees or customers might need higher levels of protection. Besides, confidential information such as intellectual properties or competition strategies might need adequate security to prevent attempted breaches. Assessing security levels should relate to the integrity, availability, and confidentiality of critical IT systems and information. A shallow, low, medium, and high scale, with high representing assets requiring the highest security levels, can enable organizations to distribute cybersecurity controls as per need. This not only ensures efficiency in mitigating security challenges, it also assists in budget planning. Significant funds can be allocated to areas that require more controls. 4. Confirm investments in cybersecurity. Before planning to acquire and implement cybersecurity controls, security managers and professionals should confirm the investment levels in cybersecurity. This is done by assessing expenditures allocated to IT security and data protection. Additionally, a company should factor in financials to intangible controls such as training employees. How to create a cybersecurity management program. To address cybersecurity risks effectively, first, identify the actual risks to your information systems and data. Here is a 5-point plan to get you started on the cybersecurity risk assessment. 1. Identify system and information security risks. List all data storage systems and proprietary programs the company seek to protect. 2. Rank third-party contractors by the level of access and data volume. The contractor with the most key and the highest data volume processed is the one that poses the highest potential risk for a data breach. 3. Identify potential threats to your information system. Remember some internal threats, inappropriately stored passwords or employee data theft. In contrast, others are external, cybercriminals trying to infiltrate your system. 4. Conduct a risk assessment on each identified risk. Estimate the cost of each potential cybersecurity threat to your company and try to determine which threat is most likely to strike. Remember to include the cost of any incident response process. 5. Rank the list of threats. Start with threats that are most likely to happen and would be the most expensive for the company. That's where you start implementing new controls such as data encryption, firewalls, and malware detecting software to help reduce immediate risk. Cybersecurity Incident Response Plan. A cybersecurity incident response plan is a set of pre-written instructions to assist an individual or an organization in responding to several potential scenarios, such as 1. Information data breaches. 2. Denial of service attacks. 3. Firewall intrusion. 4. Virus or malware infection. 5. Damage to equipment or premises. 6. Insider threats, and 7. Loss of power or other technology failures. The incident response plan should identify key people who will act in an incident and describe their roles and responsibilities. The incident response plan should also clearly articulate who is responsible for testing the plan and putting it into action. The response plan should be based on thorough IT risk assessments. A cybersecurity incident response plan should also include the recovery time goals, strategies to recover the business activities within the quickest possible time, and the description of key resources, equipment and staff required to recover its operations. This would ensure that the response plan adequately protects staff, stakeholders, and the organization from the impact of potential business crises due to IT failure and breach of cybersecurity. Lastly, let us highlight the cybersecurity incident management process. Cybersecurity incident management process. The process of managing a cybersecurity incident consists of 6 steps. 1. Prepare staff and managers on how to handle potential incidents should they arise. 2. Determine if an event is an IT failure or a security incident. 3. Contain the incident and prevent further damage to systems and equipment. 4. Find the cause of the incident and remove the affected systems. 5. Recover those systems after removing the threats. 6. Document and analyze the situation to update, change or improve procedures. Cybersecurity insurance. Cybersecurity insurance, known as cyber liability insurance and cyber risk insurance, can be purchased by businesses to hedge cybersecurity risks. The cybersecurity insurance is an insurance product designed to help companies hedge against the potentially devastating effects of cybercrimes such as malware, ransomware, distributed denial of service, DDoS, attacks, or any other method to compromise a network and sensitive data. The cybersecurity insurance is designed to mitigate losses from various cyber incidents, including data breaches, business interruption, and network damage. Cybersecurity insurance covers the cost for a business to recover from a data breach, virus, or other cyber attacks. It also covers legal claims resulting from the breach. Any company that stores sensitive data in the cloud or an electronic device should have cyber liability insurance. You may see our video on cybersecurity insurance to learn more about cybersecurity insurance coverage, operations, and limitations. Conclusion. This video has discussed cybersecurity risk and cybersecurity risk management. Cybersecurity refers to the technologies, processes and practices designed to protect an organization's intellectual property, customer data and other sensitive information from unauthorized access by cybercriminals. A cybersecurity threat is a malicious act that seeks to damage data, steal data, or disrupt digital life. Cyber attacks can cause electrical blackouts, failure of military equipment, and breaches of national security secrets. Cybersecurity is associated with protecting computer systems, networks, information technology infrastructure and data from disruptions, theft, modification, and damages. Cyber resilience, on the other hand, measures how well an entity can continue operating and deliver goods and services as intended and expected, regardless of cyber attacks, technical failures, and other significant cyber disruptions of its business processes. Cyber insurance is becoming increasingly important as companies rely more on digital systems, and cyber attacks, ransomware attacks, and data breaches become more prevalent. I hope the video is educative and beneficial to you. Which aspect of the cybersecurity risk management process do you consider to be more important? Please post your response and comments below in the comments section. If this video has been educative and beneficial to you, then give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thank you for seeing the Risk Management of Everything videos. We love to hear from you. Please post your comments and questions in the comment section below. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Risk Management of Everything channel, and press the notification button so you can be notified when we upload new videos. Thank you.